Madam President,
Senator from New Jersey.
I stand here as a senator of New Jersey, but I think I'm going to be representing all 100 senators when I mark this distinctive moment where the Senate will soon go into recess and we will end a week in the Senate that is not a typical week. It is a week that happens once or twice every year where we say goodbye to a class of pages. And the truth of the matter is, it is a time that is emotional. I've been to a handful of graduations, and even though the pages are spending not even half a year here, the bonds that you experience here, the friendships that you make, the fact that you're participating in something so larger than any one American is pretty significant. You will have many graduations, I imagine, from high school, from college, some of you from graduate school, some of you from medical school, none of you from clown college, I think, because you lack senses of humor. But the reality is this is a meaningful departure, meaningful graduation. And every year I try to come down to the floor and express my ire at the class. This one particularly has raised my dander, and it's hard to do because I'm bald. But this time, something different happened because of the extraordinary people that work in this institution, not the senators, but the parliamentary staff. They made the mistake of telling me that in past years, there was poetry competitions. And I figured that since this class, probably worse than any others, lacked the ability to share with me any jokes, we decided to rekindle this moment that maybe we could have a poetry competition. Now, I was handed about 3 weeks ago this very formal-looking envelope that says from the President of the United States, which it's not, it's actually from Pages, an envelope with poetry in it. Now, forgive the alliteration, Madam President, but a pathetic paucity of pages participated. Just a small handful. There was a smattering of page participation that was very disappointing to me. But I had a chance to review the 10 or dozen or so poems, and given the poetic wisdom that I have gleaned in my years of education in one poetry class in grade school, I have dined who the winners are. And now I would like to read the bronze medal, this is an Olympic year after all, the silver medal, and the gold medal shining winner. And what do you win? Nothing. I mean, actually, you win the distinction before your peers of having your poem read as the gold medal poem and entered into the congressional record forever, for eternity. And so first I will do the third place poem. These were all extraordinary entrants. Everybody who participated is a winner, yada, yada, yada. Okay. I hope that you got that, yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right. This first one was the third place finisher, and here we go. Division. Scrolling through your phone, you do not see the friendship between Senators Booker and Britt. Sidebar, the only reason this one got into third place was because it actually named my name. I mean, you do get awards in this place for being obsequious, sycophantish, and more. Okay, going back to the top. Scrolling through your phone, you do not see the friendship between Senators Booker and Britt. Not if you are at home, but only if you sit where we sit. Seen as division, but united as one. While ideas do bring collision, we still stand under the same sun. Watch them argue on the news, see them as friends on the floor. Even when it seems win or lose, the debates do not mean war. The only way to realize is if you see it with your own eyes. That was actually really good. Bronze medal, yes, we can have applause in the chamber, which are technically not allowed. I didn't see anything. Raise your hand if that's yours. It was tremendous. All right, names will officially be read into the record later, but I'm going to go to number 2. O capital, R capital. Here the Capitol lies, the titan of the city, standing to bridge divides with many a committee. Busts and paintings they loom, and stairs trodden by the masses, with halls that have seen history bloom. So quickly it all passes. Ideas come in and out, always a deadline due. Change some bring about. But from what I know is true, the path we choose to follow will lead us to tomorrow. Raise your hand if that was yours, by the way. Oh my gosh. Oh, why did you raise your hand then? It was a collaboration. That is, I don't know if that's fair. Not only is this page class not funny, but they cheat. No, collaboration is important, All right, this is the winning poem. The gallery is full of media, at least one person. To the tens of people watching on C-SPAN at home. No title for this one, it doesn't need it, it's the winning poem. My country, 'tis of thee. My parents' eyes gleamed with a dream. Red, white, and blue stretched from sea to sea. They were told, work hard, but don't run out of steam. Late dinners to unpredictable shifts, staying with my grandma felt like living in a world away. It was almost too good to notice the reality of it. Little did I know it was like this every single day. Years later, I'm in a world stuffed with suits, speeches, and words that inspire. They call me a patriot, a daughter of immigrants that walks through the Bermuda corridor. Oh, how my future came to transpire. The beat of pride and uncertainty trails behind in an uproar. I trace the center of my palm before I lift my hand to my chest. Good morning, America. Another day awaits for your glorious unrest. Raise that hand, be proud. So, pages, this is my final farewell. I want you to know that it has been a privilege to serve with each and every one of you. They separate you on the sides of the dais, but truly you all were united in your commitment to serve this institution. It's been an honor to serve with each and every one of you. It's been brief, but I tell you, you guys have been gifts to us. I asked for more, though, and you failed me. I'm really shocked that you could not step up, that you are the bottom of all the page classes in my 11th year in humor, but you are going to be remembered by me at the tops of commitment and service. And so in honor of that and this new tradition, which I didn't know about, I want to shock you all. I'm not sure if this has ever been done by the Senate floor before, but in honor of this classes of pages and your paucity of poetry participation, I, the junior senator from New Jersey, have written you a poem. Fasten your seatbelts. Let me show this poetic pages how it's done. But I need somebody to help me out here. Om, I saw your hand go up first. Om, you should take this spot. Madam President, without objection, I would like a page to stand next to me during my poetic verses. Thank you very much. Om, stand here, Om. Not too close to me, Om. When I signal to you, do what I signal. There's one moment in this whole thing, don't mess it up. All right. This may be the first most embarrassing poem a United States senator has ever written and recited on the Senate floor. This is history, people. Here we go. Pages! Young, wise, future sages, you have had on all access pass to the Senate's backstages. Look at you hanging out on the Senate floor. You do more than just bring us water or open our doors. You bring life to this august body. You bring the average age down in this place from 90. You remind us of our virile past, a testimony to the truth that youth and hair go so darn fast. You were told to stay silent, though on some days perhaps you wanted to scream because you went without sleep and thus were denied your chance to your own sweet American dream. And yet you witnessed the sausage making of American truth, debates, partisanship, and perhaps, believe it or not, one or two senators acting a little uncouth. Foreign leader visits and State of the Union speeches only to have to get up the next morning and pay attention to whatever your teachers teaches. God, you pages out from your comfortable home cages. You jumped into this experience despite all better wisdom and a host of warnings. You signed up for really late nights and some too many early mornings. What were you thinking? You're clearly too young to have been drinking. And yet, with a full-time job and a relentless academic course load, you came, you saw, you conquered with a pace that never slowed. You may think what you do perhaps didn't make a difference in all, but that is ridiculous. Because at this end of the historic Washington malls, pages sit humbly in the well of the Senate, but their contributions stand tall. Every day, I walk through those doors to your smiles and kind spirit in this chamber so round. Good days or bad days, you still gave me a solid pound, or a smile, or an earnest nod of your head. You should know you subtly remind every single senator of what for this country is truly ahead. Yes, a divided floor, Republican and Democrat, left and right. But you all unify us, because in you we see that America's future is bright. And you scramble to us after every speech, please, may I have a copy, you beseech. But in the very gesture of us handing you our own words, something more than symbolic occurs. We hand tradition. We hand history. We hand off to the courier that is you. We both stand on the stage of history, but briefly, someday soon it will be over, for here in the Senate, we all are just passing through. At the doors, hurried senators literally pass you, but in the span of time, who's actually gonna pass who? For you all, each of you will experience tomorrows that we never do. You are leaving here, my new young friends. This is now a beginning and not an end. You came here as individuals from all over the country. Now you are tight-knit. You witnessed history here, but now it is time for you to separate again and make it. This nation needs Each and every one of you. It needs your artistry. It needs your compassion. It needs your genius. It needs your love. This country needs your grit. It needs your struggle. It needs your firm belief in what is possible. And when this nation gets stuck, it needs your shove. We handed you our best speeches, our best words, and you took them all. But soon, our time will have been past, and it's up to you to make America a more perfect union with liberty and justice for all. So my last piece of advice, and yes, this is an insulting poke. You guys really need to learn some much better jokes. The truth, and this is the truth, and I'm sorry it's not that sunny, you guys are awful and not that funny. In fact, you're like cold, wet, soggy cereal. You've given me no good jokes. It's all just been awful material. So if this poem is going to have a final epitaph, it would be to give you this. Give the world everything you have, but never take yourself too seriously. Always remember to laugh. Truly, truly an honor. You guys are really, really special. I know I speak on behalf of the senators. You will be missed. But all of us are looking forward to witnessing your rise, your contributions, and the light you're going to bring to a world that still has too much darkness. Madam President, I yield the floor.